Hello. So here you see again the Acropolis, and this in front is a theater. Puccini was here 10 days ago, and now they have a big festival from 15th to 30th of September, 15th of August. So what I want to say is the gyro is such an amazing analog of what we try to do with DLE, is turning the momentum that goes usually straight in our life, turning this around ourselves. And the gyro works really because same law that govern the Newtonian physics. Only with a difference. And normally what Newton said is that a momentum that goes in a certain direction is not being changed unless there's forces opposing it. And now the gyro effect is an impulse around its own axis. This means when you have an impulse around your own axis, there will also be the Newtonian law of trying to preserve this impulse around its own axis. And so when you pop a gyro in one direction, it will move immediately afterwards. It tries to move in the counter direction. So that's why it can be stable even though it's rotating on just one point. And it gives this amazing experience that something that should be falling over any time, like how I'm now. See, I'm standing on two wheels, but I'm actually making a film here, and I should be falling over, but there's 5 gyro in the Segway that register that my body weight all the time. And if I move forward, like now I'm going actually up kind of a steep ramp here, so it's getting slower, so I have to move my weight more forward. Those gyros register it by trying to go in the other direction, and so there are sensors there that see that the gyro moves in the other direction, and this triggers the electronic that moves the 2 wheels separately from each other accordingly. So if I move forward, gyros which detect the direction of forward movement goes backward, and actually it triggers the electronic moving both of the wheels moving forward faster. So I can stand on 2 wheels basically on a ramp like now, stand still and not falling over, because there's the gyros hundreds of times measuring the position and counteracting and stabilizing. And this is really what is DLE about. It's being in a position that, according to our common sense, should not be possible, should be completely unstable, labile. But because of the laws, the gyro effect laws, they are nevertheless, they are very, very stable. Actually, they're more stable than stability, because stability always falls down if there's a real threat. But lability, dynamic labile equilibrium, is much more flexible to deal with any kind of forces that try to work against it. Segways to me is like another form of dealie. That's very, very educating. Like in the diving, it's the buoyancy, it's the dealie between floating and sinking. And for many people, this is a great frightening experience, and they actually they get out of the water as quickly as they can get when they see there is this this dealie between sinking and floating, and they cannot trust. Because why? Because they don't trust themselves, because they're not centered. And the same as the Segway, it's perfect experience of being in control without not being in control. By being centered, you don't have to do anything. But when you try to control, then often you make the wrong moves, because everything happens so quickly that really your mind cannot be in control. So when you try to apply the normal control mechanisms, you are in trouble. So I would suggest this is a very good way to for anyone to learn a bit more the physical dealing. So now we're going into an observatory, and it's just opposite the Acropolis. You can see it's very empty. Athens right now, vacation, everybody vacation. Even though the world says they're all bankrupt, but almost everybody is somewhere in vacation for 3-4 weeks, not like the Americans for just 2 weeks. So